What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Nderitu, back at it again at Nderitu Basketball HQ. You know the drill. You know the drill by now. I mean, you know how this thing goes down. First of all, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new videos, because the things that are coming in that are just hot. And comment what you think in the comment section, and watch the video till the end. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So we're gonna look at two moves that could change the Lakers season and make them better. So this is an article again by Fadeaway. Well, I mean, these guys just come up with very good articles. I suggest any NBA fan who is just looking for some consistent articles and content on the NBA, just go to Fadeaway World. They got you covered. So yeah, man, the Los Angeles Lakers have been very disappointing, to say the least. Of course, they have been barely standing over 500 and not looking like a championship contender by any means. Quite simply, the offseason moves they made this year have not worked out at all. I mean, this is evident by the way Russell Westbrook has been playing, and it's evident. Russell Westbrook has been very inconsistent, failing to make his outside shots. He's shooting 30.7% from three, and also turning the ball over whenever he has the ball. He is averaging 4.7 turnovers a game. So yeah, it's crazy for a team that has championship aspirations with an aging superstar in LeBron James. Westbrook needs to play more controlled and in line with an efficient offense at this point. I mean, but based on what we have seen throughout his career, that will not happen. Other than Westbrook's inefficiencies, the role players that were brought in have not performed well. Carmelo Anthony started off the season incredibly well, but the 37-year-old is not a defender and never has been. I mean, you can see he was not a defender even with the time he played in the Denver Nuggets when he was drafted. The time he played with New York, he clashed with Phil Jackson, and with OKC, he got waived by Houston. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is not a defender, never has been. He will also hit a cold streak at some point because he has never been a true marksman from deep. So, I mean, the highlights can really, tell a different story. But when you look at the game closely, you can see this guy, flat out misses the shot. It's not that consistent. Kendrick Nunn and Trevor Ariza have yet to make an impact due to injury, while Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan are sharing minutes. So you can see, I mean, the bench isn't good. They lack floor spaces. That was back then, but right now things have changed a bit. The Lakers have a ton of issues within the roster with the new signings, but there are two superstars who deserve the blame. LeBron has started showing signs of father time by dealing with nagging injuries for the first time in his career, and Anthony Davis has not imposed his will on the floor as of yet. I mean, I don't know what happened. 2020 AD is different from this version of AD. I mean, sometimes when you win the championship, you don't have the urgency or sense of urgency to go back and, get back at it again. So this is a problem. While it is not LeBron James' fault for having injury issues, that will not help the team win games while Davis continues to show lack of leadership. I mean, sometimes I have to question Anthony Davis and his approach to the game. Because when he was more hungrier when he got in his first season with the Lakers, but in the second season he got rid of injuries. In this season, he's not looking like the AD that wants to win a championship. He just looks like his attitude is just like a Karl Anthony Towns attitude. He's just okay. I've already won, so it's just that. So I mean, it's upsetting. AD. Luckily for the Lakers, there are two players that could save their season as soon as they become available. While it's a bit severe to expect these players to make an impact immediately, they could be very well the reason the Lakers get back on track as soon as possible. So the first player we're going to look at is Kemba Walker. I know Kemba Walker, he was underwhelming. He was a very good player for the Hornets. He was the lone star there. Then he went to Boston. Things didn't pan out pretty well. He got traded to the Thunder. He got waived by the Thunder. Then he got signed by the Knicks. He got sat out by the Knicks. So I'm not sure, but let's look at it. Kemba Walker has had a frustrating season, perhaps the worst in his career. The former four-time All-Star is averaging the lowest scoring season of his career, 11.7 points per game. I mean, this guy used to average like 20 23, 25. But now he's averaging 11.7 points per game, while averaging a career low in assists per game with 3.1 assists. Kemba Walker is also averaging the lowest minutes of his career, 24.5 minutes, as he played even more in his rookie season. So you can see this is a man who he's just on the verge of falling off. But despite all these facts, Kemba Walker will improve the Lakers squad as soon as he has his role made clear to him. So Walker is nailing a career high 41.3% of his threes this season, a very high number compared to what the Lakers guards are putting up. So he's shooting pretty better than Russell Westbrook. I actually like Kemba Walker. He can shoot from deep. He has that shooting stroke. Russell Westbrook has never been known as a three-point shooter. He is a below average three-point shooter, and Kemba Walker is just made. He's a good point guard. Also, Walker has not fit in within the scheme of the New York Knicks, and that has taken a toll in his production. So you can see this is a player that has not meshed well with the New York Knicks franchise when they got him. So this is the reason why he has lowest points per game and assists per game and lowest minutes. Even if Walker has aged quicker than many expected because of his knees, cardiac Kemba, and because his knees are almost short, he is a knockdown shooter from deep. He'll always have all-star intangibles. As a sixth man, Kemba Walker is an immediate upgrade over any role player in the Lakers, and he can do better things. He can play better than a Russell Westbrook on the court. So the Knicks are looking for a way to part ways with Walker, and buying him out could be the best option for a player making a ton of money at the moment. So he was bought out for the Thunder, then he got signed to a 2-year, $18 million deal, guaranteeing him $9 million a year. So the Knicks buying him out is not a big deal. So a point guard depth chart featuring Russell Westbrook and Kemba Walker could be scary to play against, because either one is capable of going off offensively. So that's Kemba Walker. That's the first guy. Then the second guy is also familiar. You know him from his Cleveland and also Minnesota. He played with LeBron James. We're going to look at Kevin Love. 6'8" power forward, has appeared in 14 games this season as a backup big man to the likes of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Love is 33 years old with a ton of mileage on his body, but can still be an effective scorer and rebounder if given the role to properly shine. So the big man is averaging 11.1 points per game and 7.5 rebounds. Decent numbers for backup big man. So backup big man, 11 and 7 is solid. Right now he's averaging like Dwayne Dedman stats. More importantly, Love can stroke it from deep. Career 35.9% shooter from deep, and will be one of the best floor spacers that the Lakers will have. Of course, Kevin Love has also played alongside LeBron James in Cleveland and won an NBA title together. Love will never be an all-star again, but as long as he can shoot those shots and be a veteran presence, the Lakers would really love to have him, because Kevin Love in Cleveland right now doesn't make sense at all. The only way the Lakers acquire Love could be if the Cavaliers buy the veteran out, because he signed that max extension. The only way he can come to the Lakers is he's bought out in the buyout market. Cleveland have a talented young roster, but they could do well by saving money and releasing Love of his duties. Lakers need a capable big man to replace Anthony Davis scoring and outside shooting, because neither Dwight Howard nor DeAndre Jordan provide coverage in that regard. So not even can be compared to Kevin Love when it comes to shooting. But if the Lakers acquire Walker and Love, they could completely turn the season around with better depth and veteran leadership. So yeah, the Lakers improve their depth with shooting and more veterans, because if you add like Kemba Walker and Kevin Love, you can have like a roster which has so many veteran players that have been there, have done that. It's going to be a fun party to see. The Lake Show is going to be back. So, but I'm just fearful if this team, for it to turn out like the 2012 iteration of the Lakers that was a super team that never achieved anything. I don't want that to happen to this iteration of the Lakers. The Lakers season depends mainly on the availability of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but the acquisition of Kemba Walker and Kevin Love could raise the team's stock going forward. So Los Angeles cannot rely on the shooting of Russell Westbrook at a point guard spot, so Kemba Walker could be a welcome addition whenever LeBron has the ball, because of the former star can shoot the shot, and this will enable like the offense to be a bit fluid and have more floor spacing. With Kevin Love, the Lakers are getting a versatile big man who will be motivated to play alongside the King once again, also providing him floor spacing. LA can play small with Love at the center, or go big with Love and Davis, forming a dynamic partnership on offense. Actually, that offense will be actually pretty exciting to watch. The Purple and Gold needs to stack the deck in their favor, because relying on an older roster will only work with sufficient role players willing to give it all with the redemption on their minds. So I mean, adding these two guys is actually pretty good get. I actually would prefer if the Lakers pursue them in the buyout market, because I feel like the trade deadline, that's when we know like what will happen to the NBA. So Kemba is slowly getting exiled in New York, and Love has been in trade rumors for years now, especially after LeBron James left. Both former stars want to prove that they can still play at a high level and can fit nicely with the Lakers offense, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the floor. Having the ability to play small and big with Walker and Love will make the Lakers hard to beat, and both former stars could truly save the team season as the All-Star break nears. So I'm actually pretty optimistic with these two acquisitions, if they happen, because they will just change the whole thing. I saw some rumors that the Lakers are planning to free up a roster spot by getting rid of DeAndre Jordan. It's actually pretty good if they can lose that guy and get a Kevin Love in the buyout market, because at this point Kevin Love in Cleveland just doesn't make sense. He's 33. The Cleveland Cavaliers are too young. He's too old. He's the odd man out. He should just be bought out and just come to the Lakers. New York Knicks are just it's just a dysfunctional organization. Kemba Walker should just allowed to be bought out and just sign to the Lakers in the buyout market. So yeah, they're actually pretty good, decent additions to the team, and I actually feel like if those two guys on the team with the current roster that they have, I'll be more confident in rooting for the Lakers to go and make it further in the playoffs. So yeah, I would actually like Kemba Walker and Kevin Love to join the Lakers. Why not? This will save the Lakers for sure. So yeah, man, that's your video. So if you guys like the video, please be sure leave a comment on what you think about these two guys. Should they join the Lakers? Should they just join other teams? How will the impact affect the Lakers? And yeah, man, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new videos. And yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.